tap connection and water through those taps to the 13 crore houses. We have given 10 crore LPG Ujjwala cylinder and the stove to those women who never had this. Their life has become much easier. They are living with dignity and there is ease of living today. That means our government has worked day and night to ensure all these people get the basic minimum facility, and that is how it has helped to bring 25 crore people out of the multi-dimensional poverty line, which Congress couldn't achieve in 70 years. Modi did it in 10 years itself. That means if more people are coming out of poverty, their spending power increases. That creates more demand. If there is more demand, there has to be more production facility. Then that helps to create more jobs also. That keeps our economy growing further up. If you look at the banking system few years back, what was the situation in 2014? Most of the banks were under PCA framework. Out of 12, 11 banks, public sector banks were under the PCA framework. They were in deep losses. NPA were increasing day by day. But with our 454R strategy, today SBI annual profit has gone up from 11,000 crore rupees to 50,000 crore rupees annually. And our NPAs have come down, which was about 10 lakh crore rupees earlier, has come down. All the banks have turned profitable, 12 out of 12 have turned profitable. At the same time, NPA ratio has come down from 14.38% to 3.9%. Our profit has increased from 36,000 crore rupees to record 1 lakh crore rupees last year. 3 times the profit now. That is how the market cap of our public sector enterprises, the public sector banks have also gone up from 4.5 lakh to 10.47 lakh crore. That is how Modi's government has functioned, how 4R strategy has worked. Let me throw some light on the economic reforms, which has actually fueled the growth. We have streamlined the business approvals, removal of the archaic clause. How many archaic clause? More than 1,500 plus archaic laws have been repealed. Compliances, which was 63,000, has been cut down to 23,000 only, and we are further working on that so that ease of doing business improves. Apart from that, construction permit ranking has improved from 184th position to 27. Getting electricity improved from 137 to 22nd. Decriminalization of the laws has happened. So for your small mistakes, you do not need to go for a jail today. Mr. Jan is sitting here, is a big lawyer, but at the same time, let me tell him, our government intention was, why should people of our Bharat suffer if they do a smaller mistake? They should not go to jail. There should be ease of doing business. That is why we have decriminalized about 43 central acts and 183 provisions of the 43 central acts. So if there is a ease of doing business, for the Amrit generation who is sitting here, who is the Amrit generation? We celebrated the 75th year of independence, and Prime Minister Modi said the next 25 years are of greater importance. This Amrit PD, Amrit generation has to play a large role, an important role in the nation building process and make India a developed country by 2047. And that is how he opened up the space for startups. And I'm glad to say here, the youth has shown the potential. 7 years back, we were nowhere. Today, India is the third largest startup ecosystem of the world. We have more than 120,000 startups in the country today. And we have 110 unicorns. That means one company valuation is more than 8,500 crore rupees. That is the kind of wealth created by the young people of the country. And I'm sure with the space sector being opened up, we already have more than 160 plus space startup companies in the country today. Hyderabad-based company has already launched the Vikram S, the private sector rocket. At the same time, India has launched 108 satellites at one go. And I've also talked about the Chandrayaan mission. We have opened up it for the 100% FDI. This will bring in more investment into the country. This will create more jobs. And cities like Chennai to others are going to benefit out of this. And we have seen a lot of agriculture startups. Garuda is one of the company here, very nearby. I visited them twice. Now the Namo Drone Didi, the drone is used, one of the companies Garuda from Chennai, who have done well. And we're going to see the startups, how they are making a large impact in the agriculture sector also. When I talk about the formalization of the Indian economy, digitalization has played a very, very important role. When we used to talk about digital India, a lot of people used to raise a lot of question mark. But look at the numbers today. Look at this large screen. From the Aadhaar card, where 99% of Indians have got the Aadhaar card, their identity. Subsidy digitalization, money comes directly to your bank account through the DBTs. When you used to spend a lot of time on the toll booths, today with the FASTag, that time has come down. And the MSME digitalization, the portal is already there. If you look at the GEM portal, government e-marketplace, do you know how much revenue or how much work it created, how much business is generated on the GEM portal? More than 6,37,000 crore rupees. So a small vendor, cottage industry, MSME can also sell to the government, central government and the state government also. Farm sector, the ENAM, National Agriculture Marketplace, that is there. But very interesting is Swanidhi, a street vendor. Before 2014, he didn't even have a bank account. Today, after opening a bank account, he's been given a loan, 10,000 rupees loan. If you make the digital payment, interest is waived off. And if you make the payment on time, that is increased from 10,000 to 20,000, then to 50,000. Trust me, 80 lakh people benefited out of it. And many of them who got only 10,000 rupees loan have made more than 1 lakh rupees sale annually. That is the kind of wealth they have created. So it is all about using the technology, making the credit easily available to the people, either through the Mudra Yojana or from the Stand-Up Startup India program, where the SC, ST and the women benefited out of it. We have seen more and more women entrepreneurs coming up the ladder. We have had the 4 labor laws, the code being introduced now. E-Shram has formalized the informal. We have the 93% labor force were in the informal sector, but today 290 million Indians have the e-Shram cards issued. Also, if you look at the employment EPFO registration, 64 million registration happened since 2017. So that clearly shows the formal economy is growing. There is more jobs in the formal sector also. And if you look at the GDP growth rate here, in the quarter 3, we had 8.4% GDP growth. That is the highest in the world today. And if you look at the India's GDP size, which is about 3.6 trillion US dollars, and expected to be 5 trillion by 2027, that clearly means in the next 3 years, India is going to be the 3rd largest economy. At the same time, reforms like GST has actually helped to collect the taxes. Today, our direct and indirect taxes collection has gone up. GST collection before the COVID-19 was mere 90,000 crore rupees per month. Today, on an average, the tax collection is more than 1,66,000 crore rupees, which is benefiting the center and the state as well. So there is more stability, there is better policies, good governance has led to these kind of situations. And if you look at the story in the charts, how India has progressed from the 12th to the 5th largest and how we're going to be the 3rd largest in the coming years. My dear friends, if you look at the Digital India Expand, I hope you recognize this man. You know him? I know you know him for various other deeds. But I want to remind you for one of the statements he made in the parliament. What he said? He said, who's going to make 7 rupees payment digitally? Who will have the bank account? Where is internet connection? Where is smartphone? And let me remind Mr. Chidambaram, Congress can't even think that. And we have delivered on that. And if you could see among the world top economies, if you look at the 200 plus countries across the world, India has the 46% share of the digital payments of the world. 46%. No country is even closer to India. And if you look at the digital space, from the digital payment like UPI to the digital entertainment like the OTTs and the digital certification or the vaccine certificate, not even the big CEOs of those multinational companies have the digital certificate, but you, me, we are the common people of the country, everyone have the digital certification of the vaccination. At the same time, digital education is available. We have also created this new, apart from the GEM, which is the government e-marketplace, we have this open network for exchange of goods and services, which is called the ONDC, which is becoming a huge platform for a common people like me and you who can sell their products on these platforms and they can make big money staying in a remote areas. That is how technology and these kind of platforms are going to help us. Digital courts, Modi government has funded thousands of crore rupees to make courts digital and more transparent and make more accountable at the same time. Delivery of the justice as soon as possible. Digital OPD service from the gig economy and the workers, which we have seen, it is growing with each passing day. As I told you earlier, on the FASTag, on the toll booth, your time taken from 734 seconds have come down to merely 47 seconds because of the technology, because of the FASTag. Apart from that, the digital land parcel, where most of the people didn't have their land certificates, technology has given them the land certificates. We already have 1 billion plus mobile connections. We have 1 billion plus youth population. And let me tell you,